Welcome back to DXB Today. Good to have your company this evening as we focus on all things film, specifically film being created and conceptualized here in the region. Yeah, we hear about all the big productions coming to town. That's all great for the industry, but what about the talent that is being brought through the ranks here? Well, our next guest is an actor, director and producer from Dubai. Latest work was with the UAE's leading production company, Image Nation, as the lead actress in the Emirati feature film Best Holiday Ever. Meera Almidfa joins us now live here on the sofa. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
We're excited to have you here. Quite apart from anything, we need you to dish the dirt, you know, because there's somebody sat over there who was digging it up just a minute ago about working with you on a recent project. Come on. Tell us the truth. It's fine. You're amongst friends. What's she like working with?
Meetha is absolutely wonderful. She's like a friend first and a director second. You know, I always talk about the importance of an actor-director relationship, especially the fact that I have experience in both, and it's sort of a trust that's built, and it's kind of like a waltz, you know, if you think about it. You know, you're kind of dancing together, and you have a secret language, you know. So we were able to understand each other a lot with certain looks as well. So yeah.
Just giving her a look now.
Yeah, I know, right?
We're actually planning something soon as well, which is
Yes.
exciting. But Meera, tell us about the acting scene here. How is it different? Because you also studied in LA before. So how is it bringing that Western kind of education back to the UAE and trying to make it as a full-time actress here as well?
Okay. So I would say maybe the structure could be a little bit different in LA, seeing as they're sort of built on like the studio formats and the union style of production. But in terms of acting, it's the same everywhere. You know, like it's about the role in the story. I think the stories might differ there just because of who is telling it, and then when we're here, we're telling stories closer to who we are and to our families and our culture and to our stories that we might relate to a little bit more. So in terms of acting, I think I've been able to adapt to those kind of characters on a deeper level when we're doing them here, but not such a big difference.
So, you know, I know you've like kind of perfected your craft and on the way of doing it between LA and stuff here, but I work a lot with different actors. And one of the things I always hear is how they actually push themselves into different situations to kind of build character.
Okay.
How do you do that here? Because, you know, theater is not very big. It's kind of there's an underground scene. So what are the things that you do as an actor to kind of keep pushing out, to keep building character?
Okay, so I've tried so many different things for so many different roles. Sometimes just improvising like a little workshop or an exercise on the spot. For example, I played a mother for Meetha's film, and I'm not a mother. So it was sort of about also building the relationship with someone I met who was going to be on screen with me, looking like we've been married for 10 years, and we had 2 weeks to get to know each other or less, something like that. So we went out, and I said, you know what? Personal questions, go. Let's just share with each other and build this familiarity. Like, tell me about your childhood, your relationship with your family, like things like that. And we did a little bit of exercises and workshops, and we also, with the kids, the production took us to the theme park to kind of build this relationship between all of us as a family. Right. And it kind of, it creates this kind of like a little totem, like a memory, you know, so that when we're on the set, we have this feeling in us, yes, we spent that day together in the theme park, and it shows.
Of course.
And there's so many other things that I've tried with other shorts. For example, there was one, a guy that was playing my brother, and we had this relationship where I had to kind of manipulate him in a way, but you can't, the audience is not supposed to know. They're supposed to kind of feel bad for her because they're looking at it from his perspective. So it was she was successfully manipulating him. And so we spoke a little bit, and we talked about, like, let's just do an exercise where we just like stare at each other and I'll tell you something and you tell me something back with your eyes, and let's just do this for like a minute.
Right.
So I felt like whenever I would smile, he would fall for it. Like he would smile back, and then I would make a sad face and he would be convinced. So just coming up with different things.
Yeah,
And then of course, the classic way of training, which would be the Stanislavski method acting. I like to do a combination of both.
You should be running workshops of your own.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't come up with these, so I'm not sure how viable they would be. But
That's the coolest part
but if
about
it
acting,
works-
asking actors that, because each one has their own way. And as a director, and I know she'll appreciate that, we love understanding how to get into their head,
yeah,
right? It's because we have to get into their head so they can get back into our head.
yeah.
I just want to go back to something that Meera said earlier on about how there are a lot more female Emirati directors, but not so much with female Emirati actresses. Why do you think that is, and how could we encourage more female Emiratis to get into the industry?
You know, I started at a time when it wasn't so common as well. Like, I was studying acting and theater in college, and it sort of had this feeling of, okay, this is just going to be for now. I don't think this can be pursued as a career. Let's see, you know, we don't know what the industry is like here, and then just art started to grow as a whole. Yeah, I mean, I would love to encourage more Emirati women to pursue this. I've seen some of them coming out recently as well. But
Sorry to interrupt, Meera, but just on the back of what you're saying there, and I'm conscious of time, and there will be a lot of young aspiring actors and actresses tuning in at the moment, and there will be those from all different nationalities and backgrounds are looking to Dubai as we said, this great land of opportunity, this place where anything is possible. Given the fact that, as you say, you know, fair to say that opportunities are fairly sparse at the moment, especially for different nationalities, etc. What's your advice to aspiring young actors, apart from coming to your next workshop, of course?
I would say,
Will you get enough experience here, or do you have to be a little bit more broad-minded to?
so far I've gotten a good amount of it, and I feel like I've taken part in really great projects, and as long as they keep coming, I have hopes that we're going to inspire more people to continue to follow.
Okay.
But I would like to also add that you know, the art of filmmaking is something so profound and so beautiful that I hope that in itself can inspire not just actors but other filmmakers to take part in a form of medium that, have you ever heard the phrase, art is the lie that reveals the truth? I love that so much, because to me it's a medium that's so close to my heart. That's why I like to explore it from different angles, you know. So whether it is someone that wants to come and be an actress or be a director or take part in the whole filmmaking process, to know that film is it's painting emotion on screen, and it's a form of responsibility and a prestige, like it's a privilege, you know. So knowing that responsibility and what you get to put on screen, knowing that you can touch someone emotionally, someone who wants to come and forget about their life or wants to see themselves on screen, film can provide all of that.
Thank you for that, Meera.